I've known Richard, my husband, for 38 years. I was actually pregnant with Beyonce when I met him.
So bad, I deserve somebody because I'm great, you know? And that's not an arrogant thing, that's just...
It seems like it's a hot season in Hollywood, and with so many couples announcing their split, tensions run high. Hardly we had time to digest the recent news about Tina Knowles secretly being separated from the husband of 8 years actor Richard Lawson. How now new shocking revelations hit the social media, and it seems like Miss Tina has a lot to say about her life with Richard. And guys, apparently there were a lot of hidden stuff behind the scenes of their seemingly solid union that we've all missed. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. So, the industry is currently buzzing with the wild rumors about Beyonce's mom's 69-year-old Tina Knowles getting another divorce. And naturally, fans are wondering what could have made this great couple split. While it was largely speculated that it was all Richard's initiative because he got tired of the toxic family environment.
They got drama.
After Tina's recent revelations, it feels like there's more to the story than we think, and in fact, it was Miss Tina who initiated the split. It's kinda upsetting that Tina couldn't build her happiness with Richard, especially after her first marriage with Mathew Knowles went all wrong. Knowing how much she went through during her life with Mathew, it felt like she deserved to find her prince charming. Now, Tina says that he feels deceived by Richard, and he's actually not the man she had expected him to be, and she doesn't want to be trapped in a union with a wrong man while she can still be looking for a real love.
Attract someone. So if you are out there and you want to attract somebody, fall in love with yourself. And know your worth. You know, it really makes a difference.
Just to give you an idea of why Tina doesn't want to put any other man on the pedestal, let me tell you that her 33 years of marriage to Beyonce's dad, Mathew Knowles, were full of pain, misery, and betrayal. It's said that this man has been cheating on her throughout their entire marriage. And with the birth of future Queen Bee, things only got worse for Tina. As she herself confessed in one interview, "But after I got pregnant, my marriage just got really bad and I knew I had to do something. So I got very focused on going to school." Things went even worse for the couple when DNA tests confirmed that Beyonce and Solange were not the only kids that Mathew had fathered. And that became the final straw for Tina. In the aftermath of filing for divorce from Beyonce's father at the age of 58, with 33 years of marriage behind her, she said she was very sad and had to drag herself out of gloomy and dark thoughts.
You got so much going, you shouldn't be feeling like life is over for you, that God has something.
Now, Tina had worked hard to develop a strong feeling of self-worth, and apparently, she doesn't think anymore that Richard is the person who deserves to be by her side. Although some people speculate that Tina and Richard's decision to tie the knot after 2 years of dating was quite rushed, the couple have actually known each other for more than 3 decades, and Richard has been family friend long before dating Tina. But here's where the story takes a wild turn, guys. In 2013, Tina's ex Mathew announced that he was getting married for the second time, and apparently it hurt the wounded matriarch a lot. And as she herself stated, she went out looking for a man immediately to soothe her low self-esteem.
And he called and said, "Well, I'm getting married." And I was very sad because I'm like, I'm not even dating.
People believe that Tina's decision to jump into another relationship out of necessity to prove something to her ex was a bit crazy and even childish, and she was not ready for another level of commitment because she was still hurting. However, there was a person waiting for her for more than 3 decades, and Tina is now thinking that Richard was obsessed with her since their first meeting, that he used her vulnerability and tricked the heartbroken woman into falling in love with him.
It was clear and direct. It was like a voice that said, "This is what you're here for."
As Richard himself wrote on his Instagram, she was head over heels in love with Tina from their first meeting. 39 years ago, my sister Gwen, your best friend, introduced us. I thought you were one of the most beautiful women I had ever met. Breathtaking. You were pregnant with Beyonce at the time and married, so my incredible attraction for you then could only live in my fantasy. Guys, so Tina is trying to say that man had been planning to get her for 30 years. And it feels like he made it happen at the right moment, that he was the only available man within her reach. So she quickly grabbed him to show her ex-husband that she was also desired and wanted, even at 59.
I'm sad that week, and he's getting married on Sunday, and my girlfriend says, "I'm gonna call Richard and see if he knows any men he can introduce."
As many people now believe, Tina wasn't even thinking of building solid relationship with another man, and her current claims about being tricked into this union by Richard are weird. Just the fact that after tying the knot for the second time, this woman decided to keep Mathew's last name Knowles, and people are saying it was utterly disrespectful for Richard. As one person commented, there was no reason for her to keep that last name. I blame him that made him weak. Her kids aren't young, and even if they were, there's no reason for her to keep that name. Totally disrespectful. And another user added, Richard deserves peace and happiness at his age. Tina has controlling ways. Tina is controlling ways. Tina is not squeaky clean. Glad they are separating. Despite Tina's decision to keep her ex-husband's last name, people were rooting for her new marriage, and there were many fans who actually wanted it to work out for Tina this time. And it felt like Richard was that man Tina had been looking for years, and they seemed inseparable, untied by common goals and sharing the same ideas in life.
And being my children, my grandchildren, my husband, my family, many things.
But in 2018, their seemingly perfect and healthy union revealed major cracks, and something certainly happened between these two, because Tina completely changed her attitude towards her husband and turned from a loving wifey into a toxic person. During a sit-down on OWN's Black Love series, Beyonce's mom discussed the journey she had to take to find her self-love and establish a healthy self-esteem, but there was that phrase she had dropped that made many eyebrows raised.
For the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not, but he has a lot of the qualities. No.
While publicly calling your hubby not perfect may not be the worst thing in the world, it seems like Tina was getting to know this man's negative sides better and better, and she finally came to a conclusion that this union is not for her. Just to add more fuel to the fire of divorce rumors, she hasn't posted photos of her and Richard on Instagram for months, and the last time was in March at the Vanity Fair Oscars party. In the most dramatic turn of events, Tina removed Richard's last name from her Instagram bio. And apparently, in 2023, things went even worse for the couple. First, Richard wasn't invited to Jay-Z's mom's wedding earlier in June, and this when fans realized something is wrong between Tina and Richard because they appeared to do separate things and attending separate events. She didn't come to support him at the screening of the actor's new movie Black Terror. And now it seems like Tina only used him to boost her self-worth.
59, I moved to a new city, got a new car, a new man, a new life, and it is possible.
Now, the insiders claim that there's no more sparkle in this union, and Tina believes she fell the victim of a man's deception again. Apparently, she cannot vibe with him anymore, and doesn't want to force herself into loving him. There are speculations among fans that Tina didn't actually love this man since the start, and she only agreed to date him to feel loved, and since Richard had been in love with her for several decades, it felt good to have a loyal and caring person by her side for a change. But as it turned out, despite Richard's many virtues, it's not what she actually wanted from a relationship.
That I love, and we're having a really good time, and I'm enjoying life, so there is hope, women.
Well, Tina may not be the perfect wife herself, but it certainly feels like she learned more about loving and valuing herself more than a man. As many fans believe, she had probably learned too much. And in fact, they think she is to blame in the whole story because she didn't have enough time to properly heal from the pain of her toxic marriage to Mathew. And that's why she made herself believe that Richard's intentions towards her were not pure. As one person commented, once you embarrass or disrespect your spouse in public or hurt their feelings without any regards, there is a problem, and 9 times out of 10, it's much worse behind closed doors. And another user added, I really hope Richard becomes rejuvenated because Tina was a scorned and hurt woman and shouldn't have never dragged Richard through her toxicity. I believe she just used Richard to prove to Mathew that she could get another man. Well, only Tina Knowles knows her real motives for marrying Richard, but it seems like she doesn't feel sorry to let this man go. And what do you think about this, guys? Do you think Tina is to blame for the wrong vibe of their relationship? And did she ruin her second marriage? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other videos about the mess of Hollywood. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I promise to be back very soon